大谷翔平はサイ・ヤング賞を獲得できるか。シーズンの約4分の1が終了し、少し早いですがサイ・ヤング賞争いの話題も出てきました。大谷翔平選手の調子が良く、55本のホームランを打った選手がサイ・ヤング賞を受賞する可能性も出てきたので、当然解説者も黙っていられません。ファウルテリトリーでは今シーズンが終わったとしたら誰がサイ・ヤング賞かという話や、ライバルとなるパイレーツのポール・スキーンズ選手、ブルワーズのミジオルースキー選手を引き合いに出してサイ・ヤング賞を予想します。また後半には元マイアミマーリンズの球団社長であるデビッド・サムソン氏が投手大谷について語り、大谷翔平選手の素晴らしさを語りました。その様子を日本語字幕でご紹介します。
Shohei Ohtani helping the Dodgers get out of the doldrums of a 4-game losing skid. What did we think yesterday, AJ, of Ohtani's 7 shutout innings and the fact that he continues to keep up as one of the best starters, if not the best starter in the game?
I think it's great. I think he's legit. I mean, I think he wants to win a Cy Young, and I think a lot of his focus has been on that this year. And I think we've talked about it's taken away from his hitting a little bit. Now he's got to have today off, right? Didn't they say they're giving him today off from hitting because he pitched yesterday? So that's going to take a little bit of the focus off his hitting. He's pitching and he wants it Cy Young, and right now he's in line to get it. I still think Paul Skeens is the guy to beat, but we'll see if Ohtani can keep this up for a whole year.
I mean, I feel like somebody that can just turn it on when he's not pitching and hit 55 homers and steal 50 bases. Like he's like, oh, well, that's something that happens. Okay, well, I'll go do that. Oh, Cy Young? I don't have many more years left on this UCL or new cadaver UCL. We don't know what it was, but I get it. My pitching career might be 4 years starting last year. So now I'm in 3 years left and he's pushing at it. I have zero doubt he can win a Cy Young. Zero doubt. But I also love that Dave Roberts is willing to say you don't have to pitch. I mean, you don't have to hit and pitch right now. We want to keep you healthy. We want to, and I think, because I've seen Dave Roberts say it on multiple occasions that Shohei wants to win a Cy Young, or he thinks Shohei wants to win a Cy Young. They're clearly catering to that. They're clearly saying, we don't need you in the lineup. Even though our team is struggling when you don't hit to score runs, we're going to be fine. If you want to win the Cy Young, great.
We went over this too on Fair Territory, the competition. So right now, and I'm sure we're missing a couple others, but we were just going over Skeens and The Miz. They're going to have the innings pitched advantage. Right now, it's not that large, but it'll get larger as the year continues. That's one component. You know what else is interesting, AJ? If you look at Skeens and Miz right now, they're like one's 50, one's like 51 innings. They're very close, okay? And Skeens will probably surpass him. And Skeens can strike out the world. I think he's figured out how to be as economical as possible so that he can go deep into outings. He wants to go 8 or 9 every time. Miz has 80 Ks in a similar number of innings as Skeens, who has, I think, like 50-ish, right? So
he's right at 1 per. Yep.
Yeah, he's right at 1 per. Voters care about that. Let's not talk about our opinion on it. Voters care, right? We know that. Strikeouts have won Cy Youngs.
I need to see Miz go through a whole year, though. He hasn't made a whole year without getting injured yet. That's the one concern. We've seen Skeens do it twice now. I worry about Miz not making it through a year, and he already had some cramping issues last night. And then the other thing is, I don't think Ohtani's going to have enough innings. I know the innings are down, but they're going to protect this guy like nobody's business. And I just don't know if he's going to get more than 130 to 135 innings. I think they're going to, as long as they're where they want to be in the playoff race, I think they're going to keep him down and go from there. But I mean, I think Skeens is going to continue to run. I mean, he's got a 1.98 ERA. It's like he had one bad outing. Other than that, he's been unbelievably good.
Who do you guys think right now is the Cy Young? Who would win the Cy Young if it ended today?
Ohtani.
AJ?
I would say Ohtani at the moment, but we have 4 more months to go.
So then what AJ brought up, the innings. Where is that innings limit? The most recent, everybody's going to go back to, I went back to before, Corbin Burns. What is that innings limit if Ohtani continues to be as dominant? If he has a historic season, 100, he's got like a 1.2 ERA. What are his inning limit where if he doesn't reach 140, nobody can even consider him. Where's that at?
Yeah. But he's going to reach that, right? Because he's already in the low 40s. So even if they scale it back a little bit, right? Because he's on pace for like 170. That's not going to get to 170. But is he going to? I think that he can get to 140, 150. That's probably the max there. But that plays to what you're talking about with Burns. Burns was at 160 something. Zach Wheeler was almost 50 innings above him, and Burns won. So to answer your question, yeah, if Ohtani's rocking a 1.2 ERA and Skeens stays on his career pace of like 1.98, I think that Ohtani's going to win it, with the innings pitch differential. But
I don't think if Ohtani doesn't get to 150, I don't know that he's going to win. I don't know that voters will give him enough credit. That's the one worry I have.
And here's my thing, too, is obviously the Dodgers are scuffling right now. The Dodgers are going to turn it around. They're going to start running away with the West. But they're not going to say, oh, we got to push it. Paul Skeens is going to pitch every 5 days. So his innings, he might have 60 more innings than Shohei. He might have, if the Miz goes on the IL for a certain thing, because the Brewers are going to need every one of the Miz starts that he can give. If the Miz goes on the IL, and let's say he has 30 less innings, but he has 50 more strikeouts than Skeens, there's a lot of what ifs, but what are the voters really going to go to? I mean, he's got 24 more punch outs at this point in the season. So if you just extrapolate it out, and the Miz has 75 more strikeouts than Paul Skeens, it's not like the Miz has 75 more strikeouts than like a middle tier pitcher. If he has that many more strikeouts than Paul Skeens, he's going to win it because, man, do the voters love some punch-outs.
They do. They love them, and the rate stats and some of the cooked-up advanced stats love them. So that will be a factor if he stays healthy.
The quest for Shohei Ohtani to win a Cy Young did not hit a bump in the road last night. Shohei Ohtani went 7 scoreless innings against the erstwhile playoff contending San Francisco Giants. He absolutely never, Dylan, ceases to amaze me. The reason why he amazes me is not that he bats, because that's unbelievable, but I'm past it. Like, he's a two-way player, and he's the greatest player I've ever seen. It's not at all that he's got 7 home runs and 17 runs batted in, which there are plenty of players who would kill to have those stats. And by the way, that's with him slumping majorly right now at the plate. What I'm fascinated about is that in an era of 5 and dive being acceptable to baseball front offices because of the velo that lives past the wall in the pen, Shohei Ohtani has pitched at least 6 innings in every one of his starts this year. There is no other stat more meaningful. I don't care that his ERA right now is an unbelievable 0.82. Unbelievable. I don't care about his whip being under 1, way under 1 at 0.82. It's amazing. I'll grant you all of that. I'm happy that he's striking out more than a hitter per inning. 50 strikeouts and 44 innings pitched. All of those are good facts about Ohtani. But the number one is that when you put him out there, your bullpen gets to rest. You see, the bullpen gets spoken to before each game. The bullpen has an understanding of who the starting pitcher is so they can evaluate when they need to get ready in their minds because they know they're going to get 6 at least strong innings from Ohtani. It adjusts their preparation. If you have a starter and sometimes he goes 8, sometimes he goes 2, sometimes he gets shelled and he has too many pitches so he goes 4+. When a pitcher is all over the place in innings pitched for a start, it taxes the bullpen mentally and in some ways physically because they're up warming up earlier because there's a smaller leash on the pitcher because they're so inconsistent with their innings pitched. And bullpen arms know this. When you're a bullpen arm and you look out at the lineup and it's posted and it says MVP Otani. It's just a different feeling that you get. And that is the most important factoid about Otani that I would like you to think about, is how consistent he is in how long he can stay in games. Of course, though, given that he did not hit yesterday and that Dave Roberts is trying to be smart about hitting him and pitching him, because in the good old days before surgery and when he was totally fine, he would hit leadoff when he was pitching. It was a sight to behold because of the insanity of it. Remember, he's one of the reasons that not only does he get a roster exception and exemption for being both, but there are many times when there was a pitch clock situation because he'd be getting off the mound and leading off an inning, and there would be a delay and it wouldn't get called sometimes. We can talk about how often pitch clocks get called and all the discretion the umpires have, but the specialness of Otani when he was hitting was not lost on me. But now, if he's going to focus on pitching, he is going to have to give in to Davey Roberts and Andrew Friedman, the front office of the Dodgers, as they decide how to keep him strong and fresh and productive. Whatever it is the Dodgers are doing, I would say, as it relates to Shohei Ohtani, it has worked. And there's one thing about Andrew Friedman. When something works, he'll do it again, and then he'll do it again, and then he'll do it again. And he'll keep doing it until it stops working. It's too bad he pitches so late in the day. But man, is he fun to watch.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。